everybody, and welcome to our top 10 quick comic picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is our really quick video where we're going to show you and tell you about some of the top comics coming out this week. We want to make sure that you know about, so when you head into your store, you know which ones you want to go and pick up from first-hand experience of people who have read them already. So, like I said, we're here with Infinity Flux Comics. You can head over to our website right now at infinityflux.net and buy any of these, pre-order comics, all of that. But let's get started with this show. And my first comic I'm talking about is Amazing Spider-Man number 31, but it's also Legacy number 925. So, they got to make it a big deal. This is a big $9.99 book. And not only is this, it says this is a wedding issue. It is. It is the wedding of Tombstone's daughter and Robbie Robertson's son. It's also a big book about a lot of stuff that's coming up in these Spider-Man books. You're going to get some, not only stuff about Amazing Spider-Man, but there's a story about Spider-Boy. There's a story about Mary Jane and the first appearance of her in her jackpot costume. You've got a Craven stuff in here. You've got a bunch of like fun little stories, like one-pagers. But if you are following along with Amazing Spider-Man, this is where you want to get your newest info about all the big stories coming up, including the upcoming Gang War
Yeah,
storyline that's going to be Amazing Spider-Man. So this is a big one this week, but don't skip it just because of the price if you're enjoying Amazing Spider-Man, because it's got some important stuff in it.
definitely. I'm going to start with Avengers number 4. So, about a month ago, I talked about how in Avengers number 3, all of the pieces were being set on the board for a big battle to come. Well, it's here in Avengers number 4. We get Thor versus Idol Alabaster, who is one of the Ashen Combine. We got Scarlet Witch versus the Dead. We get Iron Man versus City Smith. While all these different battles are going on in different cities across the globe, Captain America and Black Panther are infiltrating the impossible city that's floating up in space. What do they find there? You will have to read it to find out.
And it feels like I'm going to be saying a lot of the same things I said about my first one, but this is Superman Annual 2023. And this one is also a big, important one you don't want to miss if you're enjoying Superman. So, yes, this is an oversized issue, but this it's really fun because most of it's centered around Lois Lane, who is investigating Metropolis, which was known as Metropolis City of the Future, but now it's known as Metropolis City of Secrets.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of mysterious stuff going on. You've got a lot of fun investigations she's doing, but also some big stuff is revealed about the bigger storyline going on in Superman. So don't miss this one. If you skip annuals, don't skip this one because it's very important to the story of Superman.
Next, we've got a Night Terrors book. Night Terrors, The Flash number 2. So we're, like we said before, we are in these number 2 issues of the miniseries. In this one, Barry Allen is determined, in the Nightmare Realm, I should say, he is determined to save Wally West from dying at the hands of Grodd. He will do whatever it takes, including going to the future to steal more speed, to go back to the past and try as many times as it takes. It's disfiguring his body. The Speed Force is basically destroying him. And does he save Wally? I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. Guess you'll have to see.
Next up, I've got Ghost Rider Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance Alpha. So this is the kickoff to the new crossover storyline between Ghost Rider and Wolverine that's going to be continuing in their own books. But this is really great. This is actually it kind of most of it's set in the past when a young boy who he's an orphan and his kind of like case manager takes him to Charles Xavier at the school to figure out, hey, he's showing some weird stuff and weird stuff's happening around him. I think he's a mutant. But turns out maybe he's something darker,
Ooh.
and that pulls Wolverine and Ghost Rider into this mystery of this kid. Then it jumps forward in time where it looks like this thing has reared its head again. So really cool, really fun to see classic X-Men in this and classic Ghost Rider. You'll have to read it to see what I mean, but very much a nice throwback.
Nice. Next, we've got Comic Books Kill #1. This is from Scout Comics, written by Chattanooga's own Shane Berryhill. This is set in Manhattan in 1939. There is a comic creator named Jack Levi. He is determined to get a job at a comic publishing company with a original creation that he's come up with. However, the publishing company he's trying to get in with is tied to the mob, and that is going to lead him into getting in over his head, which he wasn't expecting. This one is really cool. Nice period piece. Nice sort of crime noir with some comic book stuff sprinkled in. It's really good.
Very cool. Next up, we've got DC Night Terrors #3, the penultimate issue of the main Night Terror series. And this one is really cool as the hunt for the Nightmare Stone continues. Uh, Deadman in the body of Batman and Sandman are going to go even further into the strange world of dreaming and awake to find this Nightmare Stone, all the while Insomnia and all of his sleepless nights are coming for them all. Another really fun addition that reveals a lot more of Insomnia's reasons for doing what he's doing, and some fun characters make appearances. So, if you're enjoying Night Terrors, here's your next issue of the main story.
Next is a new one from Image, set in the, I guess you would call it the universe of that Texas Blood. This is the Enfield Gang Massacre. This is set back in 1875. There's a guy named Enfield. He has a gang. They rob a bank. The townspeople are really upset because the sheriff refuses to do anything, but luckily there's a Texas Ranger there who is willing to step in and take these guys down. But maybe they're going after the wrong guys. Maybe they're going after them for doing something bad that they didn't actually do. This one was really good if you like that Texas Blood and sort of that world and that writing style. Then this would be a great one to check out.
And my last one is Star Wars Max Rebo. This continues our 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And this one is focusing on our favorite little blue elephant, Max Rebo. And this actually, most of it takes place during Return of the Jedi. You see a lot of the events in Jabba's palace, but from Max Rebo's perspective, as he also feels the need to take out Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
And he's figuring out his plan. It's really, really fun. And this not only leads, from Return of the Jedi, but maybe even into Book of Boba Fett
Oh.
for the next time we see him. So don't miss this one if you're a fan of some of the more obscure characters in the Star Wars universe.
And then I've got here from Oni, this is Dwellings #1. Oh, look how cute they are. Nope, this isn't cute. This is not a book for kids. This features two tales of terror in a town called Elwich in Massachusetts. One is about a guy named John who sort of almost gets possessed by these murderous crows, if you will. And the other one is about a girl named Dawn who starts investigating somebody with foreign accent syndrome, and that leads her into something much more dark and sinister. So the art in this book is super duper cutesy, but the subject material is not.
Good to know for those who may be shopping for their kids.
Definitely.
Okay, well, that is it for our top 10 comic quick picks. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for our longer show where we're going to go over about 20 of the books, their variants, all of that, and get into the books in a little bit more depth. But until then, thank you thank you. I get going too fast. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Subscribing really helps us out. It's free for you, and it means a whole lot to us.
Yep.
So thank you so much for watching, and until next time,
See ya.
bye.